All right, y'all, welcome back to the Virtual Speed Performance YouTube channel. We are starting the week off. Well, I had to start the week off with working on the old daily driver here. We went and got the Solara. One of the belts broke loose in one of the steer tires, and she was knucking and bucking when I was driving over here. But we got a set of new front runners for it, and I went ahead and put one of the back ones on the front and then the same thing on the other side, so the truck could kind of just, you know, sit there and not have to be up on a jack and all kinds of stuff while we get these switched out. I'm gonna say these are the two. I say this is the one that went out, but you know what's really funny is I got into an accident the other day, and the one that had the broken belt was the one that was on the driver's side. So that was fascinating. I was kind of blown away by that. But right now it's kind of looking like a big tire car set up on small tires. if you know what I mean. All right, so I got Big Red up on the old jacks. I'll just go ahead and call them pro jacks. You know what I mean? Poverty jacks. I have a laundry list of stuff to do on the car that I made up yesterday and posted up on the back here. I'll flip the camera around and show you guys. Now this is just a quick once over list of all the stuff that we got to do. Check furling bolts, check rod end, check bolts, shock bolts, anti-roll bolts, blah blah blah. Charge the battery. There's a few other things like fix grill, check valve, set shift up in MSD. Now, to be honest, this tire right here, it has been going flat. It's probably because they're Mickey Thompsons, but I do have Mickey Thompsons on the front of the Mustang, and they don't go flat. So we're gonna probably end up replacing this guy back here, and then we got a set of Mickey Thompsons on the back here. This one sort of goes flat, but they're going to be switched to 28s. However, I will probably leave the big tires on there for the first outing with the car. That way, you know, we're not changing the world, and we could just we could probably do a little bit more with that tire on the first outing than we could with a small tire. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be interesting switching this thing to a small tire because, well, we don't necessarily have experience with a small tire. We plan on putting a 28 10.5 on this thing so we could run the small tire shootouts and stuff around here. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be interesting to try and set all this up. Now, this did have a small tire on it before. Not a whole lot of suspension changes have been made for the big tire since then. So I'm kind of hoping in a way it's still set up very similar. And it will work. However, we're definitely going to have to figure it out. But I'm excited because to learn more stuff, you know, that is one thing about drag racing that I'm not afraid to do, is learn. I do love just the overall learning factor of stuff, learning to go fast, learning to tune, put power to the ground, stuff like that. That's why, you know, with the Mustang, I love that type of car because there's so much you could learn and so much you could gain in so many different places. It is truly, it's truly one of those things. But that's with any car, though. Any car, you're going to have, you know, stuff you could learn about it and pick up in certain places. Like, you know, that's very much like this dragster here. We also got some rims for it. I'll turn the camera around and show. So ironically enough, I thought about just putting this thing up on the Pro Jacks here. But we got ourselves a set of rear rims, courtesy of Marco Lopez, Leadfoot City. We are actually going to possibly take these big tires and put them on these and see how that works out, possibly. So, but I got a laundry list things to do. I'm gonna pull off this valve cover. There's some oil. We might need some new gaskets. I really want to just check over the nuts and bolts, make sure everything is good and ready to go. This tack for some reasons not necessarily working. Not that we need it, but I would still prefer to have it. So I'd like to get that working. And then my dad's going to need to come up here and fix some of the body work. But I want to pull these off. I want to check the brakes. I want to check the struts. I want to go over the car with a fine-tooth comb before I set my ass in there and strap in. And that goes for anybody driving the car, because I don't want, anything to happen or anything like that. That's very much like the Mustang. Me and my dad, we both go over that car with a fine-tooth comb. Even if we go out, make one pass, come back, we try to go over it. So enough yapping. I'm going to get started. I'm kind of excited to work on this thing and go racing here in the next couple weeks, possibly, because there is a small tire shootout I'd like to make at not Leadfoot City, but Showtime. But I don't know if we will. But I don't know if we'll be able to make that one. But it will be nice, because this should be ready to go soon. I'm working on this side of the engine. This valve cover, it was leaking down here, so I'm cleaning up the flange where the valve cover gasket and the valve cover sits, and just wiping it down. And also I'm going to wipe this one down. And I do have, I think I have another set of valve cover gaskets. Not real sure. I'll have to check. But working on cleaning up this, and then I'm going to move to the nuts and bolts and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of engine stuff got to do, but probably verify the timing and stuff like that as well. But all right, so I was able to find a set of valve cover gaskets that I had. We'll go ahead and put these on here, and I'm also going to switch this guy. So there's a nice new set of valve cover gaskets on this rig. Here's the set that was on there before, just some cheap thin ones. So we're gonna go ahead and put these on there and go about our business. So one last thing before I go ahead and put this valve cover on, I'm gonna roll the motor around to wherever one of the exhaust or the intake is loose, and I'm gonna slip a feeler gauge under there and see where the lash is set at on this deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, so I'm working on this LS here, and I'm working on the fuel rail situation, so it's going to be a blown EFI deal, and I just put the fuel rails up that we're going to use for this deal up there. And what's funny is I actually bought these a while back. I bought a couple sets of these, put my own name on them because they were blanks. They were just like private label type of fuel rails, basically. I sold every set with exception of this one, which I'm excited that I am able to use the last one on a really cool reason. So I'm working on putting all these brackets on there now. I got some little guys there to run into the intake. We still got to figure out the injector situation as well as I got to get some intake bolts that run down here and tighten up. So that's on deck. However, with the fuel rails being on there, I am going to put the blower on there just because, well, I kind of want to see it with the fuel rails. That's what it looks like with the fuel rails on it, which is kind of cool. I want to slide the blower on top of there, and then you guys can really get a good idea. I always like it on motors when it's just filled up with cool stuff and accessories, like, you know, fuel rails and stuff like that. I'm not a big LS person, but I've always thought the intake setup was cool with the fuel rails and stuff like that, and all the modern day technology. I'm going to put this on there now. I like bent my finger at a weird angle and it's cramping up bad. Ah. It does look cool though with the fuel rails. I mean, that's cool, you know. I can't wait to see the injectors in there. And I was really worried about, you know, the fuel rail clearance, but man, it looks really good. So that's it. Cool. That's really cool. A true sign of the times. The other day was my birthday, and I got a gift card. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to use it on. I'm like, I kind of want to use it on myself because I don't normally buy stuff for myself. Well, I'm using it on grinding fluid. I guess that's for myself. I mean, it makes money. I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving, I guess.